Menu narration option is set to off.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Vikings and the Bears, all that and more.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. And the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers. The guys who go after the quarterback the most because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
And it is caught. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. You look at this Bears defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. From the 21, here's the 2nd and 9. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And he can't do it all on one throw.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to find Jordan Addison that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get it.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need...
The guy's man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This will be caught downfield by Moore. That is out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for 28 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. 10-0 the score after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Cousins now. To the right side, complete to Jefferson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Cousins again. He lets one go deep for Addison. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Madison will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes our score 17-0. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. He's piloted 2 drives so far, and unfortunately not very well piloted. Both led to interceptions. Now they're facing the deficit. Another touchdown after that previous pick. Starting over here, 1st and 10. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll be taken down right away up near midfield at the 47. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On play action, Fields. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action, Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards the pickup there. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle they go. Goodson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker.
There he goes, right side. J. Osborne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Goodson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Holding, offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Now Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Flushed out right. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. To throw is Fields. And it's caught. And he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Again, Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now the point after try for Santos. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we hit halftime. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now it's Fields. Down the field and complete to Mooney. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Fields. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Bears are back within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And He will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. His throw incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down. Field incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. Fields going to keep it running right. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yard.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They snap it to Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people out of blitz.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. He's going to keep this again. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago! Justin Fields, 59 yards. And the Bears have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah. just like we saw. And that was a long touchdown on the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear to others.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the end. Finally held down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it. Here's Johnny Hacker now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Jones. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Back to throw, Fields. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. That's to Moore. He's got it. Touchdown Bears. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. Pushing his way through, and he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for the 8-yard loss. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Cousins' throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. This is caught by Addison. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Jordan Addison, 63 yards. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Cousins will try and throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
DJ Moore headed back out as the Bears take over on possession. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
Has over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Pressure comes and down he goes. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. He's got him in, complete. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards.
This game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. And looky there, Charles just acquired, already making an impact on the defensive side of the football.
Maybe not a superstar, but he does a few things well.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Safety on the blitz, and this throw dropping for the 8-yard loss. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Jones on the return. Fights loose. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, then you stop that clock. Now an option play on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Fields going to keep it once more. Pushes past him. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting him today. Yeah,
he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
On the option right is Fields. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On the option left is Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields doing it himself for 9 yards out. And the Bears get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 10. Under a minute 20 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Pass complete. It's Hockenson.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Meanwhile, Cousins to the throw here, caught by Addison. Second down, 8 yards to go. Here's Cousins. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Johnson, and the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the 4th. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.
Now Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away. Yeah,
that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Santos now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. The return is Brandon Powell. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Goodson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Chicago, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.